go with Bert's cheating. We can't go with Ernie had no good days. We can't say things about how they performed on their assessment because we have no idea why they got what they got. We're going to assume this data is good. What I would like you to do is to make up a measure of dispersion, a measure of consistency or inconsistency, a measure of variation. Say that again, Scott.
How many days late? How many, like that kind of thing? Or?
Well, no, based off these numbers. What I want to do is, remember how if I say, what's Bert's average? It's 81. What's Ernie's trimmed mean? It's 81 or 82. There's a number you gave me. There we go. Very nice. What if, did somebody close it or did it just close itself?
No, somebody closed it.
Yeah, it kind of is. Okay. So my question for you is, if you had to give me a number for Ernie's variation, what number would you give? Or for Bert's variation, what number would you give?
2.
2. For who? Bert or Ernie?
Ernie.
So let's suppose we use 2. I'm not saying this is the number we should use. Let's just say we do for a second. Let's say we use 2 for Ernie's dispersion. 2. What would you use for Bert's? What do you think? 2 as well. So they have the same dispersion. They're the same spread of their day. Their consistency is the same if we use the same number. Fair?
No.
Oh no, maybe not.
No.
So, okay, so again, I'm being a little vague here intentionally. I am being vague intentionally because I want you guys to develop a gut feeling. So Randall has assigned the number 2 to Ernie. I want to come back to why you picked 2 in a second. That's okay. What would you throw a number out for Bert? 4?
4?
4? Why 4? Be simple.
I just think the difference is like.
Oh, you're going into it deeper than I thought, Terry. Because it's,
the numbers.
how's it compared to 2?
It's more.
It's more than 2, and Bert's more variant than Ernie.
Right.
Can we agree with that? Bert
Yes.
is more variant than Ernie. His data varies more as far as however we're kind of envisioning variation.
Yeah.
So let's start with that. Let's start with an overview. Let's do this in orange over here. Data sets that have more spread, more dispersion, should have a bigger number. Whatever number we decide on, it should be larger. So let's go with this. Let's go this over here. I'm just going to put this in orange because it's not going to be technically what we're going to... We're just getting a gut feeling for this. This is not a simple topic in statistics. Actually, the entire study of 244 is kind of devoted to this topic, believe it or not. Just the topic of how to properly measure dispersion in any data set. So a data set with more inconsistency should have a greater number than a data set with less inconsistency. I'm not sure that's the best way to say it. Consistency. So whatever number we use to describe this data set, whatever number it ends up being, if a data set is more inconsistent, that number should be bigger because it's a measure of how inconsistent. So more consistent should be a smaller number, less consistent should be a bigger number. So if Ernie's 2, Bert's 4, or 6, or 2.2. Maybe 2.2 is enough, right? I guess it depends on what you're measuring. So it depends on what you're measuring. We haven't even talked about that. I haven't gotten to that intentionally. All we're trying to do is to get a gut feeling. Like, you guys have gut feelings for all the measures of center now, right? The average is where you balance on your finger, the tray of cookies. The median is where you end up in the middle. The mode is where the highest bar is. We have like an association now of all those things to how to find them. This is the association I want you to keep always at the front of your mind as we go through this course. If data sets are more varied, they should have a larger measure of dispersion. If they're more consistent or more tight, they should have a lesser measure of dispersion. Cool. That's just a gut feeling. I think it's the same gut feeling a lot of you are having right now too. So, how should we quantify it, do you think? Let's back up a little bit. Back up to here.